How's everybody doing? This is Quality here, and we are about to take a look at Cassia, the ranged assassin from Diablo. Now, she just came out today, and we are going to take a look at the way she is along. Let's take a look at some of her skins. Not bad. Darker color. A lighter color. Lighter color with some lines. Lighter skin tone. And we got Pirate Queen of Cassia with a harpoon. She looks pretty nice. And she's got a feather on her head. And a skull shield with a skull belt. A little bit more bluer. With a greener flag. A little more darker. That looks pretty cool. And then this is War Matron Cassia. So this is the master skin of Cassia. A little bit more armor. We could compare it to the original. This is the original, and this is the master skin. Different harpoon, different weapon, a little bit more flashier. The helmet and the armor, and her gear, and her helmet. More armor. Even the shield is different. Pay attention to the shield. It's just round and only gold. And then when I click it, it's got a little more lining.
Surely it is time to fight.
Ooh, this one looks really nice. Looks more gothic. This one looks really cool. More silver, more gray. And this one looks more green, which looks pretty nice too if you want to match it up with like your fell colored mounts. So let's try her out. Holy crap, they changed so much for 2.0. Even the PTR is showing 2.0 Heroes of the Storm. If you want to see more about 2.0, I'll send a link down below on my YouTube channel. In the meantime, we're going to focus on Cassia and see what kind of ability she has, talents, and her passive. Well, let's take a look.
Let us begin your training.
Let's see, set level. We want to start off at 20.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Let's see, her Q, Lightning Fury, hurl a lightning javelin that deals damage. First enemy hit splits into 2 bolts and deal damage in this path. That sounds like Vel'Koz, and you shoot your. Sounds like Vel'Koz, except you have to hit the enemy in order to actually split them up into 2. Let's see how that looks. That looks cool. W, blinding light. After the second, blind enemies at the target area for 2 seconds. Passive, Cassia deals 50% increased damage to blinded targets. That's pretty cool. A little bit slower than. It's almost like Artanis' ult with the big blind. And what's this? Fend. Charge it to an enemy upon arrival for up to 1.5 seconds, dealing damage to enemies in front of Cassia every 0.25 seconds. Deals 50% reduced damage to non-heroes. Let's see how this turns out. That's pretty cool.
Weapons ready. Exceptionally well.
Her passive, avoidance, while moving unmounted. Oh, so you can't even be mounted. Cassia gains 65 physical armor against heroic basic attacks, reducing the damage taken. Only heroic basic attacks. So we'll need to test it out with the hero. Look at that. I'm moving, and you can hear the armor just going through. I am moving, and her passive is making me tankier. It's like Pantheon from League of Legends, where his passive gives him more armor. That looks pretty cool. So really good against chasing. You cannot chase with her. I mean, like if you're a Lunara and you try to chase her to kill her, then you're gonna be screwed. You won't be able to kill her. Thunderstroke hits 6 heroes like Fury. Reward after 20. It increases damage after 40. Gains a second charge and its mana is reduced. Wow, that's pretty cool. True Sight. Damage blinded heroes 80 times. With their abilities or basic attacks, increase blinding duration by 1%. Increase blinding slight's passive damage bonus. I prefer this one.
We advance.
That That was rather entertaining.
Inner light. Whenever Cassia is stunned. What's this one? Charge strikes. Activate to gain and
By your hand,
activate to
we
increase
will
basic
survive.
attack damage to 25% and cause basic attacks to bounce to nearby enemies heroes for 8 seconds. That's pretty cool. Inner light. Whenever Cassia is stunned or rooted, blinding light is cast at her location. This effect has 6-second cooldown. Blinding light's radius is increased by 25%. Wow. You gotta build around this light for good and blind them forever.
A killing blow.
Ring of Leech. Cassia heals for 20% of the damage she deals to blinded enemies. Wow. Plate of the Whale. Regenerate 5 health per second while avoidance is active. For every 5 basic attacks absorbed with avoidance, it regenerates an additional 1 health per second. After absorbing 75 basic attacks, Cassia's maximum health is increased by 10%. Wow.
Weapons ready.
There's like so much you could do with her kid. You could build on based on her tankiness of her ult, or you could build on the blindness. I think what's gonna make her more better as assassin is gonna be building on the blinding light. I'm gonna try it out. Impale. Enemies below 40% take 50% increased damage from Fen. That's pretty good. War Traveler. Cassia gains 3% movement speed every 0.5 seconds while avoidance is active. Wow, so you can move a lot quicker. Up to 50%. This bonus is reset when Cassia stops moving or uses an ability. Surge of Laughter. Taking damage with avoidance active, Cassia can activate avoidance to deal damage around her. I'm gonna go with the damage.
Yes.
Alright, let's try out the ults. Ball Lightning.
Destroy.
The cooldown is 60.
Killing spree.
There we go. Refresh the forts. Toggle the minions. Ball Lightning. Throw a Ball Lightning at an enemy hero that bounces up to 6 times between nearby enemy heroes and Cassia dealing 456 damage to enemy hits. Has a 60-second cooldown. This one has a 90-second cooldown. Valkyrie. Summon a Valkyrie that rushes to Cassia after 75 seconds, pulling the first enemy hit, dealing 433 damage. It's stunning them for half a second at the end of her path. The Valkyrie knocks back all other enemies on her way. Let's try the Ball Lightning.
Yes. A clever tactic.
Short range too.
No harm shall come to this world.
Enemy slain.
Excellent.
I am the queen of fear.
Wow. You hit the Q on this thing, it hurts more. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. And then I do this while it bounces. That's pretty cool. The bouncing could go on while you fight them, and then you could do your AoE.
Victorious.
Alright, let's see what else we
No
got.
harm shall
Grounding
come
Bolt,
to
Lightning
this
Fury
world.
slows enemies by 20%. Well, that's pretty good. Enemy heroes hit by primary missile. Lightning reduces cooldown by 1 second. The cooldown's not all that bad.
Slain.
Heim.
Good riddance.
Reduce blinding light mana cast 70%, 70 to 40. Basic attacks against blinding lights reduce the cooldown. That's pretty good. Lingering strike increases defend range to the area by 20% its duration. I would go with the slow. You can never go wrong with slows.
War.
Slows are really good.
That was rather entertaining.
Oh, she is pretty bomb.
Excellent.
The primary missile pierce. The primary missile of Lightning Fury now pierces but splits only hitting heroes. Enemy take 3% increased damage per defend each consecutive hit. Martial Law. Basic attacks against stun, rooted, and slow enemy heroes deal bonus damage equal to 3% of their maximum health. So that's a mixture of an execute and a giant killer. Try this one. Wow, look at it melt. Look at it melt. Infinite lightning. Lightning ball can now bounce indefinitely, and its cooldown's reduced by 4 seconds every time it hits an enemy hero. Wow, that is good
Mayhem.
against team fights. Big time. What's this? Titan's Revenge. Oh.
Make haste.
Cassia's basic attacks ignore armor, and her basic attack range is increased. Let's try this lightning bolt.
We are victorious.
And let's see how she is against Mercs, especially at level 20. So she should be fine.
Those who prepare endure.
Nope. As you can see, the passive does not affect her from anyone else that hits her. It's only heroic attacks.
Keep up.
Let's try the lightning bolt indefinitely. Wow. As you can see, I could just walk around, let the lightning do the damage. Let the lightning do the damage.
We will.
Killing blow.
Let the lightning do the damage, and in case someone wants to try to hit me, I would just be
Never
tanky.
duel an Amazon.
It's good on 1v1ing the hero because the hero could try to do damage to you while you move. You're increasing your armor, so that way you're tanky, while the lightning is the one that does the damage. And the best way to get away to stop it is if you just get away from her. The cooldown has reduced too. Oh, there it goes. He got out of range, and now the ball lightning has went to its original cooldown. All right, now let's try the other talent. Let's try the other. Here we go.
By your
Choose a
hand,
talent.
Talents.
we will survive. As the oracles have foreseen.
Choose a talent.
Let's try the other ult, but first let's see how well she can do against Mercs at level 1. At level 1, and we'll use this one.
Fall before
Okay, she's kind of squishy at level 1, like most heroes are.
yes, agreed.
Your killing spree has ended.
Okay, at level 1, kind of squishy,
Thought I had joined the
but later on
Valkyries for a
she will
moment.
be able to get Mercs. Back to level
Choose a
20.
talent. Choose a talent.
Let's try the Lightning Fury.
I shall purge this land of the shadow.
Let's try this one. This one. Let's try
Ooh,
Valkyrie.
skill. I'd forgotten that feeling.
Oh, so this is the Valkyrie. Let's see.
Send me your sister.
That's pretty good because it's a
We
pole.
advance.
That's pretty good, and we all know that poles are one of the best moves you could ever have.
Strike with fury.
You know, you got Kerrigan, and then you have the pole from Cho'Gall. So that's pretty good too. A little bit of a short range, but it's pretty good. Let's see what happens if it's at level 20. Imprisoning light. Upon impaling the hero, Cassia's Valkyrie creates a wave of light that deals damage to nearby enemies and roots them for 3 seconds. Let's try that out.
Those who prepare endure. Exceptionally done, healer.
Sure, it goes to the forts.
Well done.
Meet your death. By your hand, we will survive.
Fire missile Lightning Fury now pierces but splits only when hitting enemy heroes. That's not bad if you wanted to go through.
Enemy slain.
Done, healer.
You could.
Success. Weapons ready. I am spear.
That's pretty cool. Make it split. Make it split. Make the impale go through.
Well, that was rather entertaining.
You have been bested. Weapons ready.
That's not bad.
Strike with with fury. By your hand, we will survive.
Now see how well she could do against sieges.
Weapon.
Siege is so-so.
I must retreat.
I mean, as an assassin, she's only tanky against heroes, that's her ult, but not against everything else.
I shall join you in battle.
Well healed.
But so far, she plays like Pantheon, she plays a little bit like Vel'Koz, and her ult is more like just a simple pull, and the lightning bouncing is like Rise. So pretty much at this point, she's a good range assassin.
Make haste.
I'll probably get her.
By your hand.
Her best kit is going to be building around Q, but her W is going to be her best, because in team fights, if you could even a 1v1 or team fights, if you can master blinding them, you can blind them and then you do your E and then your Q, you can really finish anyone off. And here's the pull. Alrighty, so everybody, that is Cassia. Hope you guys had a good time. Now let's see the taunt.
Come and lend me your ear. Permanently.
And this is her dance. Alrighty, everybody, you guys take care. And this is Qualsy saying later and out. And feel free to leave a comment or like or unlike this video on YouTube. And see you next time.